How's it going, guys? Universe, back again with another video. Today we're here with the Tornado F.3 within the British tech tree. It is the rank 8 top tier Tornado for Britain, and it's pretty much the best thing that you get for Britain, because honestly Britain absolutely sucks. It's one of the worst nations in War Thunder. It's been the worst nation in War Thunder for many years, and it most likely will stay that way until, honestly, like what, the Eurofighter comes. Even at that, there's not a whole lot for Britain. Britain is pretty much washed, just like the country itself, in present day. But even with that, we're still going to deal with what we got, and we're going to figure it out. I made a video on the Harrier GR7 a little while back, and said that the Harrier GR7 was the best thing that Britain had got, like, pretty much entirely. But I was completely wrong. I think the Tornado actually is not bad at all. And for me to say that Britain is awful is kind of an overstatement for sure, because it's actually not that bad. Yes, the Tornado is not complete top tier, and it's not groundbreaking, or it's not, you know, absolutely incredible, but it can do its job very good in the right hands. Now, with the Tornado, you do not have flight performance, but you have the weaponry of an absolute madman. You have multiple AIM-9Ls, and you have the super... the soup temp, I don't even know, super temp, I have no idea, I forgot the name. That's actually embarrassing that I just forgot the name. The Sky Flash super temp, that's exactly what it is. I don't know how I forgot it, you'll have to forgive me for that, but you have great missiles, you have a decent gun, you have a lot of flares, you're overall pretty dangerous, but again, you don't have flight performance. You have to act as an F-14. You're not very good at handling furballs. I've said this with an F-14 Bravo, that the F-14 Bravo is one of the worst top tier jets in the game, because it simply cannot handle a furball. You have to stick back and use your missiles to assist your team in the best way possible. And it's the exact same way with the Tornado. But honestly, I would say the Tornado is even better than the F-14, given the fact that its BR is actually lower than the F-14, and it's at a BR of 11.3, which is actually incredible. 11.3 is the 11.0 of last patch due to the BR being increased to 12.3 max, which means you have more chances of being down-tiered, which honestly, when you get down-tiered, this thing is actually really enjoyable. Obviously, you don't have a better flight performance than everybody, but you still have the better missiles than everybody at a down-tier. And I can even prove it now with multiple F-16s here. As long as you play your cards right, you can pretty much dominate. And you see the background there, I don't know how that missile blew up. I didn't even switch the radar off until... Well, I switched the radar off, but then the missile blew up before I even switched it. So, I don't know. It's just War Thunder. I wouldn't say this has to be a Tornado fault. Not to mention, the Tornado has a great radar, too. You can do, I would have, 93 kilometer TWS, HDN, and if you change the range, it's like super fast, pretty much live updating people's, you know, position on the map. You basically have ESP. You're basically cheating for free. You know, with the radar that you have on the Tornado is actually awesome. But the Tornado is actually not that bad, and I don't know if I'm ever going to grind for it. I probably won't, because to be honest, when I first started playing War Thunder, I had purchased the Hunter FGA-9. I believe that's what it is, FGA-9. That was absolutely one of my favorite jets. It's actually so good. I don't believe it's on sale anymore. I think they discontinued it a very long time ago. But I thought the Tornado was the coolest thing ever when I first was starting to play War Thunder, and I wanted that to come to the game, and now that this is actually here, I'm very disappointed. I was very much wrong. The Tornado absolutely sucks. It is not your F-16 and MiG-29. It is good, but it is no support fighter. I mean, it's no fighter to begin with, you know what I mean? You are pretty much just a support. You're just a support plane. You can't really do a whole lot. You know what I mean? You can take out enemies, but then you can't really stick with those enemies at all. If you get slow, you're pretty much a goner, because you don't really have much going for you. Not to mention, the fuel consumption of the Tornado is absolutely insane. You burn fuel like absolutely insane. It's crazy. This thing just absolutely sucks the juice out of the out of the fuel canisters. It's actually kind of scary. And that makes it a huge problem, because you have to take a lot of fuel, especially for matches where I'm in city and I don't want to take 45 minutes of fuel, but I'm forced to do it, because if I don't, I'll run out of fuel halfway through the match. But the good part is that as long as you play your cards right, you can pretty much manage that fuel and get it down to a certain amount where it's not too bad and not too bearable, but you still have a lot of fuel left, and you're pretty much at the end of the match. So it's not too bad, but again, this is a situation where the Tornado, you need to play your cards right. You are not an F-16, you're not a MiG-29. You need to do everything perfect to be able to be anywhat useful. So the F-16 here is an F-16A. It does not have radar missiles, so it's nothing to fear. And I'm absolutely tunnel visioned. And I spot it very, very quick on. As I'm going for the vertical here, I realize this is not a great idea. I'm not going to be this stupid. I am pretty stupid, but I'm not this stupid. And luckily for me, right as I did that, there was an F-14 in my rear aspect. And had I continued, I probably would have gotten my cheeks absolutely clapped. So thank goodness that I became aware, you know what I mean? And I've posted videos on this before of how to stay aware and focusing on staying aware, and you 100% should. And that was like a perfect example of that, because I instantly tunnel visioned and did not stay aware and almost died for it. And I'm going to launch off the aim-9L on that F-14, and it's an F-14, so it absolutely sucks. And the F-14 is now out of the match. He can flare as many times as he wants, even if he's an F-14 Bravo, but the F-14 is terrible. It is an awful jet, and yet somehow, to this day, people still praise it for being so amazing. Why? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Maverick, Top Gun, that's probably why. Another thing that I dislike about the Tornado is its guns, and that proves it exactly there. The guns are absolutely hideous. You can get nice good rounds where you just absolutely are blasting, and your guns will still do no damage. It is actually cringe. And I hate it. That's the one thing I hate about the Tornado, like completely, no matter how bad its flight performance is, its guns are absolutely abysmal. And I don't know why. You have 30 millimeters. They should not be that bad, but yes, somehow they are. At this point, pretty much everyone on the match is dead. There's only pretty much 2 players nearby, and I want to go after the C7D, but he gets absolutely clapped by my friendly, and the match is over. Luckily for me, I kind of got a feel for the Tornado pretty early on. I pretty much played it like an F-14. You are not an F-14, though, because with an F-14, you still have a fighting chance in terms of dogfighting. But with the Tornado, you do not. You don't even have a chance. You don't even have a chance. You can put reverse thrusters on, and you could try to make them overshoot, but you will not succeed. You will get absolutely dumpstered on. Get into the next match here. We are in Golden Heights, and it's an Uptier. We got most players here being within the 12.0 range. A couple 11.3s like this F4S here, which is an absolute noob. I'm going to launch off an AIM-9L. Front aspect, and he's out of the match because he just doesn't even bother. He doesn't know what a flare button is. And so he's dead. Going on to the next match. Nice to know you. Goodbye. And I'm going to play it safe here. I like to flank with the Tornado because, again, you cannot go into the fur ball without getting your cheeks absolutely clapped. So stay far, far away from the fur ball and just try to pick off enemies with your radar missiles and AIM-9Ls and try to do your best that you can. Unfortunately for me, my radar decided to track onto the MiG-23. Luckily for me, the missile still hit, and I get the kill for that. And then not to mention, I also get on the 6 of the F4S. It actually worked out perfect. Thank you so much, Gaijin, for your awful system, because I wouldn't have gotten both these kills. And that's 3 kills now. I'm going to do everything in my possible power to just stay fast and extend away. The MiG-23 here, I believe, is an MLA. And the MLA doesn't really have anything too scary that puts me at any risk of death. Now, obviously, I'm not the type of person to take chaff, but with the Tornado having so many missiles, flares, sorry, there's pretty much no reason not to take chaff. Just take it, you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. I'd like to take flare priority, where you get chaff as well, too, and it's perfect. You get just the perfect amount of flares. And unfortunately for the MiG-29, he does not know how to dodge radar missiles, and he gets absolutely smacked by my Super Temp. And the Super Temp is actually a really decent missile, but it's kind of weird. If you shoot it out of a long range at around like 8 to 9 kilometers, the missile kind of just doesn't track as good or churn as good. I don't really know how to explain it. It's pretty awful. But the F4 there gets absolutely clapped by an AIM-9L. That's 5 kills. Again, the Tornado is not bad by all means. Yes, you have a really poor airframe and you can't really dogfight, but you're fast. You have really good missiles. You're at a really good BR. You just need to take advantage of the things that you have with you at the time, you know what I mean? And if you're a Britain main, I apologize for you guys. It is going to be absolutely cancer waiting for the Eurofighter, or pretty much anything for that matter, to come to War Thunder that might even be remotely useful. But you guys are pretty much stuck with the Tornado to begin with, and the Tornado's not even that bad. So, with that, my conclusion is pretty clear. The Tornado's not bad at all, and I would recommend going for it. It's actually pretty fun, and it gets you kind of out of this habit of playing the F-16 and MiG-29. Yes, they're the great jets of top tier, but It's nice to play something different, and it's like literally playing an F16 with like not the airframe of an F16 and at a lower BR. If that's the best way I can explain it. I know that may not be the great way to explain it. A lot of people won't agree with that, but that is pretty much all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys on the next one. Also, let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about the new major patch coming up. Please, I don't know how I feel about it.